Well, you have killed the child that you've been entrusted to protect.
We is a collective statement. I do not like that.
You did so to reach the shore, and you do that. I will spare the child's dead body some dignity without going into details of you using them as an air balloon.
We would have had to dismember them as well for us to get back down.
Yeah. So let's just cut to you arriving at the destination of Avignon. It is all dust and ruin. It's here that I want to again check in with your corruption state. If you need a dramatic turning point of where your new corruptions may be awakened, it could be exact moment of you falling down on your knees at the ruins of Avignon. Mountains and mountains of dust covering what's left of the ruins, not a live soul in sight.
Sybil probably would have kept a bit of the child. I think as
Which bit?
I think a finger.
Classic.
Yeah. Because I think we would have had to have shave bits off him as we kind of descended. And she's been weeping further.
On a string like a helium balloon.
Yeah, she's got a hand on a string. No, I think she doesn't want to give it up yet. So yeah, she's put it in a pocket somewhere. She's not doing fab. Her memories have been very confused. She'd already started associating this child with a child that she lost. She doesn't remember the first child at all, but she remembers there was a child that was lost. And she's now, oh, this was the child. And now that child is dead. So she's kind of dissociating a little bit, I think. I think she's starting to believe that, this kid has gone to heaven.
Giscard, very much on his own personal crusade to Avignon to see the Pope. Seeing it in dust, I think, not to steal the imagery you described before, but is, falling to his knees and is very much losing faith, kind of reflected in the, corruption added to the name. So the epithet, the heretic, forgotten, and he's losing his faith in God and in everything, in the church itself, seeing that it's not survived this. So the apostate is perhaps more relevant. You would have all seen that. I'm still using he, him pronouns here, but you would have seen that Giscard was actually a woman, and on the journey you would have, presumably we would have talked, and you would have found out that Giscard is actually Giscard's wife, who's taken Giscard's name and armor and is trying to redeem her husband in the eyes of God.
How do you think that conversation went? Because you're also losing your memories.
Yeah, so she still remembers her husband and the marriage and remembers the articles of accusation. Those were two bonds that are still there. So she still remembers the kind of detail of what happened, but she doesn't really remember much about the exactness of her husband's role in the Templars, in taking her husband's name, and then with everything going on and all of the changes and effects on the memory of all the corruption she's been getting. I think she's kind of forgetting who she was.
Does she remember her old name?
No.
What pronouns do we use? What's the polite thing?
I think she's more of a any pronoun goes kind of person at the moment. So I think, she's changing as a person.
Does she have a moment where she thinks that she's a knight, kind of like a big knight guy, and she goes to pee and suddenly screams out? Because as far as she's concerned, this was ghost SRS.
No, but the thing that makes her scream out is realizing that she's got horns that have appeared.
Oh, yeah.
From the stigmata. And then also, as we were traveling, walking was getting more uncomfortable. Her boots were getting more uncomfortable. And then, eventually she realized that her legs had changed and she was starting to get cloven hoofs, like a goat.
Transitioning
into
a goat. truly the best form.
For the reader's sake, look up Baphomet, and the Templars are accused of worshipping Baphomet. So she's slowly turning into a sort of facsimile of Baphomet.
FTM, a little too obvious. We're going
FTG.
FTG is.
I would take the pill. I would take the pill.
And that is your stigmatus.
There's a
manifesting themselves. These are some
stigmatus,
serious stigmatus. Okay.
I think Sybil's also a little bit convinced that it was Giscard's husband that actually killed the kid because now she's a woman. Yeah.
can't reconcile those
There's
two
a
things.
glitch in the brain. Yeah.
And what about Rufina?
Yeah. I've always described Rufina as having worn a lot of, alleged makeup to make her appear pale, but...
Her name is Sephora.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
But yes, you can't get that anymore. It's the apocalypse. All the same, she still looks like a corpse. Just her blood's not circulating the same way, sort of thing yet. Or maybe something replaced her blood. That means you just don't appear with that life essence almost.
And how are you reacting to each other's changes?
I think we should touch on this a bit because
Because we are all starting to turn a little bit, I think, in the brain as well.
yeah,
Or at least I am.
I think more rather than questioning who is Giscard, it's now like who is Rufina. I suddenly don't remember who I am,
Yeah.
and I am changing too, and I don't remember who I was before.
Mm-hmm.
So going through a question, accusing someone else of being not themselves when you yourself. So this has probably been rattling around Rufina's brain the entire walk to Avignon. Who am I? Where did I come from?
There's there's a thing. Is it Moses or is it like there's some sort of like prophet who's depicted as having horns, and it's one of the big ones, and it's like there's Italian statues of like this guy with horns. So I think I'm still starting to imagine that we are on some sort of like holy quest, like beams of light coming out of his head.
Moses didn't have horns. What are you on about?
Is it
Right?
the horns of Moses?
He
The horns of
parted the
Moses
sea. He
are
didn't
an
have horns.
Yeah, no, the horns of Moses. It's an icon. It's like an iconographic thing.
What is this shit?
Am I
Why does he have
Baphomet? Am I
horns?
Moses? Who
Yeah, it's
knows?
like Moses is depicted as having horns.
Yeah. It looks like someone's put two fingers above his head.
Yeah, but that's like a
Or
But
you
I think
say
it's- I
that's
think
a photo.
in the no, like in the that's a photo of
This
Moses.
seems like
It's a
Pharaoh
Moses
propaganda.
selfie. I think it's because like in the Bible, there's maybe like a reference to him having like horns of light or something like that, or like beams of light coming out of his head, and people associated that as being like,
Oh, and I've
Oh,
got
he's
the
got
burning
horns.
light as well. Or maybe I am Moses.
"You're Moses."
Who knows? So a positive reaction then from
Yeah,
you.
yeah, almost like kind of like this is validation, like of the fact that
just
we are
ignore
all
the goat
becoming
heads.
holy. Yeah,
Okay, well then
and you've raised from the dead, like
I can see how, if you're insane, having a guy with horns might make you feel reassured. So when you see Moses fall down to his knees and scream out in agony at the lost faith, can you spin this one as a good thing?
no.
Does this finally break something?
I think she's definitely holding a facade. Like she's already broken. She's just trying to keep the pieces from flying away. I imagine she's like been very blank in affect because she's trying to reconcile the fact that she watched Giscard kill her child, and they've still got to continue. So she's got this weird like everything is fine kind of attitude at the moment. We are on a holy quest. It had to happen that way. He sacrificed himself. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. So she's very brittle, I think. And I think she's maybe actually just like gently like staring at the ruins and like gently patting your head and putting her hands through your hair.
It's all gone. It's all gone.
God is stripping it all away. It needed to happen. Don't you see the world was just too... It was too far gone.
I see that, but what happens now? What do we do? What do I do?
How can a God not spare the most holy place? How am I to redeem my husband in the eyes of a God that does not look down on us anymore?
I'll release you from prison by giving you something to look at. You see something that you've not seen in a while. Your journey, you've not seen people anymore. So seeing these survivors, they look like they've been through hell, well, because they have, going across the dunes of this dust. One of them seems to be the leader, and she at some point kneels down and starts looking for something specific among all this dust, and then starts digging and seemingly unravels some kind of hole, something that she disappears into. And one by one, the rest of her group also disappear into that hole, all the time nervously looking around to make sure that no devils or imps or whatnot follows.
Survivors?
Gisra, we have to go.
Kiska, like almost like from a trance. What
There's been a sign. We have to go.
a sign?
People.
Kiska kind of looks with a 1,000-yard stare.
As soon as you come into focus for the man, he's seeing, assuming that your stigmatas aren't directly visible, he still looks with, suspicion's not quite the right word, apprehension at your, I mean, they look bad, but they look still alive humans who've traveled through horrible conditions for a really long time. You guys look creepy. Palm out, whispers, we are joining some people below. We're trying to have a safe and good community. You won't start causing trouble, will you?
Sybil almost finds this like morbidly hilarious. And no, we won't start any trouble.
We're trying something new. You don't have to come if you don't want.
We will come.
He jumps down the hole.
It is all part of the plan. And I start to make my way in.
You take the plunge, and it's very dark for a long time. And you're swimming, question mark, towards something that feels warmer. And then you touch it, and it is this warm stone in which you feel out a shape of a hole. Putting your head inside, it is bright. You hear a familiar voice. Well, it's easy in every TTRPG to say familiar voice. You lot are losing your memories at an alarming pace, so maybe you don't remember. But it is the artist from the cathedral. She's in this box kind of thing that is attached to what looks like the ceiling. And looking below, you see what looks to be towns that look tiny with these like ant people creating little communities. The artist seems to be painting this ceiling with blue color, and she's doing some clouds as well.
Madam Artist?
Well, you went down, but now you're up because you're on the floor below. Does that make sense? So you're now at the ceiling
Yes.
of the floor below. So you were low, but now you're high. Yeah?
Is this the entrance to hell? How nice does this look?
Early days. It's nothing, you know.
First draft.
Yeah, first draft.
Okay.
But I mean, it's better than the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're figuring stuff out. So there is no sky. I mean, I'm painting, and you see the blue that she's painting this must be incredible skill, but it looks like it's moving. You swear that the clouds are changing shape. We will be sealing all the holes soon, so the devils can't come back. So yeah, just take that rope down, and you're good as golden. You look shocked, but that's normal. Everyone who arrives is shocked for a little bit. Just go down; they'll take care of you. There's a communal kitchen. There's just a few rules. Like no, don't bring baggage from the back then.
Baggage?
Well, we're trying to start fresh. We understand that we've all been through a lot collectively, but we're trying to go forwards, not backwards.
Maybe this is how we get in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So next to the rope, there's this bucket. You just stand in the bucket and then you lower yourself. It's like a pulley thing.
Yes. I start to do that. Very like kind of staring into space.
It takes a long while, assuming you guys follow Sybil. Eventually, you all find yourselves on what feels to be warm ground, and you see kind of early communal kind of living. You see a lot of communal kitchens, communal bathing houses, that kind of stuff, which maybe gives you bad flashbacks as to, you just had the plague, and go into a public bathhouse during the plague might not be the best idea.
It's not the best time now.
You don't see anyone sick. You do get a few weird glances considering that you guys look creepy, but no one's like calling you out or anything. If you come to the long queue where some porridge is being given out, they'll give you some water, they'll give you some basic stuff that you need. Everyone's gonna try to be polite.
This is all wrong.
Yes, this is refashioning hell into...
No, I mean, the system of governance, if I can call it that, where people just help each other, it's all wrong.
Oh,
Yes.
would you rather it be...
Yes, God-empowered nobility to handle all of this, and clearly it's not, well, God's abandoned them.
They're shedding everything. They're not...
Has God not abandoned us all?
No. No.
Where is God?
We're just not doing it right.
The sky is turning darker. You're not sure how, but as you're having this conversation soon, there's like tiny little stars begin appearing on the ceiling. A group runs past, middle-aged people, maybe half a dozen, all naked and just laughing, and then all kind of caressing each other, run past you laughing. You've not seen this kind of shit in normal times. This is the end of the world for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. This is like Garden of Earthly Delights. shit.
You're pretty sure you saw two of the man kiss on the way. And no one even batted an eye.
Nope, can't have that.
Just like it was in the Templars.
These people are making a home in hell. And maybe we bring the demons back. God closed heaven because the demons got out. And now people are down here trying to make it into a paradise. If we call them back, he'll reopen the gates.
We would have to get all of the demons in here, do you think?
Yes. Every one of them. That's what this is. He's punishing us because we let them out.
What appears to be a town crier walks past. Elections will be held tomorrow. We will choose a democratically elected leader.
These
This
people,
is so horrifying.
these people themselves may as well be demons. Elections.
Putting themselves above God.
Yeah.
What if you become the town elder?
Yes.
You can lead them back.
You were the most royal of us.
Perhaps. Maybe. Well, let's try to become.
There can't be a king of kings without kings.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a good way to guess.
Yeah, if you spend the night looking at the sky that gets progressively darker, you're not sure if the artist remembered all the constellations because they're a little...
One of them looks remarkably like the artist, holding a paintbrush.
Pretty impressive what she's doing with just paint. This looks just like the night sky, which eventually turns into dawn. And she really splurged on the beautiful reds and pinks for this morning. Feels weirdly, it doesn't smell right yet. There's not enough woody smell.
Mm.
And the grass is only coming in. But the ground feels warm, and the chatter of people seems to be excited. They're all going to the big podium where a few men and women are standing and reading out their various policies. But everyone who's given their speeches as a kind of, advertisement for what their rule would look like, to be fair, there's not that much difference. They all just seem to be, basically some kind of commie utopia.
Cool. Rufina's probably going to offer them fascism. I'm using the gift of the virtues to subversively. So I've got my new gift of the virtues, blue blood. I can convince people I belong.
Okay.
So I am convincing. Once I get on a podium, rather than having policies, we're defining ourselves against the demons, which everybody obviously can relate to.
But whose fault is the demons?
You know whose fault it is. Do you even need
It's
to
the
ask?
homosexuals courting in hell.
Holy. You won't believe it, but I got 2 6s on my corrupted dice.
Oh, yes.
Dang.
For a
I like that
total
the Translogon was a
of
trap.
7 successes.
Christ. Yeah, now that you have so much corrupted stuff, your rolls are insane. And again, as you might have noticed, difficulty was 3 because that used to mean something. Now I'm assuming it's just a formality. You obviously succeed with flying colors. What happens? Do you blame it on the Polish?
Well, I think that comes slightly later. We're blaming on the demons and trying to rally warriors, per se, to retake the homeland,
Mm-hmm.
obviously. And that this is just a government in exile kind of thing. It's only interim. I won't be here, I'll stand down.
We need warrior powers to get rid of the demons. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys in the crowd, you hear a lot of at first murmuring like, well, we kind of didn't want the whole royalty thing back. It really didn't work. But then do you think it's your arguments and charisma that convinces them? Or is this like dark mind control-y kind of?
I think that was entirely corrupted dice I got all my successes on. So it's, yeah, dark mind control-y.
So it's less of an enthusiastic cheer for your policies and more just people's heads kind of start drooping.
And slowly convince themselves it was a good idea.
What are your first orders?
Well, we need to stop the communal groups and stuff like that, obviously. Yeah. Like, you got to work for your food.
Okay. Did you get a palace built?
Yeah, obviously. But I think more what we're trying to do is, steal for training warriors.
And people point out that the exits have been sealed, so no demons can enter, but you explain that.
They might come back.
Exactly.
And
that's always
we
a good
might-
argument. It's like, this is not going to happen, but it might.
and also, like, our grand goal is to unseal them and reclaim the homeland.
Oh, yeah, obviously. I mean, it wasn't obvious to anyone, but now they're like, yeah, I guess that's what we want to do.
I think I might be trying to convince the artist to paint something for me.
Okay, so you go up in the bucket.
Mm-hmm.
The artist is painting like, beautiful sun rays.
I was just wondering if I could request an addition.
Well, we've kind of all agreed on this, but what did you have in mind?
A gate.
A gate, like, oh, not a heaven's gate.
Yes.
Now, dear, so we've kind of, like I said before, there's actually a suggestion box below that I never check, but you can put yours in if you want.
Well, we are in the place of the people who don't believe, but there should always be a chance. And I start to try and use my bond to make her feel like she should trust me.
Okay.
9 wins.
Insane. So, obviously a massive success.
So her light sort of like starts to twine its way into the artist, and then through the artist there's a picture of a kind of a stereotypical gate surrounded by like heavenly fire, and it's cracked open just a little bit, and in the clouds behind it there's like a representation of the face of her child.
Okay.
With like eyes of fire looking down at everybody.
The artist paints it with about as much enthusiasm as an artist who would have heard a new request from the corporate office about changing something to a finished product.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, she does it as instructed. Giscard, when you see these additions, how are you feeling about it?
Shameful seeing the like child with the burning eyes. Feels like its eyes are burning at him. I did not know what I did. It was necessary. I did not mean to. He's kind of mumbling to himself in the middle of the street.
Little brother is always watching.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good addition, thank you.
So Rufina, yeah, you're in your palace's second floor is being constructed. You see out the not window, the shape that will become window. You see this gate materialize. You approve?
Yeah, obviously. We can. I don't know what the original message was, obviously, but we're changing the message to
What's the message?
little brother's watching. Like, don't do anything that
So-
would
so it-
offend him.
Oh, interesting. I just kind of assumed that you'll be like, well, yeah, my God-given right to rule, but you're going with this is a surveillance machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, God is always
Christianity-
watching
Christianity is
naturally.
flexible like that. That's what I love
Christianity,
about it.
yeah.
It
We can
works
incorporate that.
for a lord and as a panopticon.
So you were wanting to train an army, right?
Yeah.
We know Rufina can't fight for shit, so
I mean, not to be too offensive, but I don't think we're going to put you in a leading role in the army.
ouch.
Wow.
Giscard would be at least training someone. What do these hippies know? How about? how to
Yeah,
fight?
but you're not manipulable. I need people in command who I can manipulate, and
I
you're a
thought we were
wild card.
friends.
Yeah.
So Giscard, I don't know, maybe you come in a couple of mornings, you come to the newly constructed barracks full expecting to be at the very least like the general or but there is already someone teaching the troops. You can certainly force your presence in, or what else are you going to do? Are you going to come have words with, that the order came down from ex-companion?
Yeah, I think Giscard might go and have words with Giscard's ex-companion.
Okay. You come into this palace that is being constructed. Have you got a throne?
I don't think throne would be a good symbol yet. Until we reclaim the divine right of kings by defeating all the demons,
Okay.
there is an empty throne, in fact.
Okay. So
Because I'm the interim.
is that is that like some kind of symbol here,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
empty throne? Is,
Exactly. It's a symbol of me not being in power forever, just until it's all fixed.
okay. So
Ah! Giscard.
What am I to do all day? You need someone to train your people, and
Well, I need people to train, yes, but you're a bit of a wild card.
a wild card. What do you mean?
Well, you see, I don't know what you might do.
Have I not proven myself loyal all this way? Did I not help you cross half of the continent?
Yes, but I fear you might be like loyal to God rather than loyal to me.
Giscard's gonna get quite irate. Have I not been totally loyal to you all this way? Did I not go through all of this? Everything we have been through was to help yourselves on your mission to Avignon. I could have gone to Avignon myself. I did not need to ferry the child. And now I see it burning with its eyes down at me every day. No, this is too much. I am gone. Good luck with your little kingdom. And I'm gonna storm out.
that's how French behave. That's the most French parting words anyone's ever said. Good luck with your little kingdom.
Giscard on leaving would be. I think he's gonna storm, and he's gonna storm right back out up the rope and to actually leave. I think he's like, screw you guys, I'm off.
Damn. Okay. You come and you see Sybil descending.
Yeah.
And you have to wait for the bucket.
Giscard?
Do not talk. Do you follow Rufina?
Rufina is useful,
You are all. No, do not talk to me.
but I try and put my hand
Yeah.
on you, but she's useful because there's a bigger way. There's a bigger path. We're just cobbles leading the way. We will be ridden over, we will be destroyed, we will be crushed, but what rides over us, we're just the way.
Well, you are in the way. I do not.
I've been on Earth for a very, very, very long time, hundreds of years. I've seen people come and go, the best and the worst of people. I've helped as many as I could, and this is the last thing.
Giscard's looking at Sybil like a crazy person now.
It's never been like this before. People would come with petty, petty problems and I would help where I could. But now I'm asked, I open my hands to everyone below. This
He's
is
standing in a bucket.
standing in a
above
bucket.
the
Yeah,
square.
yeah.
That's funny.
This is what I've been asked to do. And I point at the sky.
You did this.
He came from me.
No, we found the child.
No, he came from me. And then when he was older, he came to me and he showed me that this was going to happen. He showed me all the corpses were going to rise. This was planned, but it's only the beginning.
See two people walk past, and one of them says, "We used to have a mental health institution that was run by Valent, and it was actually very, very good at what it did. But now, the best we have to do is prison."
Look, I think your memory is wrong here.
I'll prove it. I'll show them the people that went past.
Yeah.
I'll show them the sign. I'll show them. You remember, yes? And I try and do my power on them.
Yeah, make a roll.
I fail. I big time fail.
Rufina, there's someone in your square trying to preach to the crowd that should be working, but instead they're listening to some mad woman about some I don't even know what's the orders.
Yeah, I think the orders is we discussed an expeditionary force, and to start that out, it might be good exiling a few people. Like that will be a good test to see of how it could work.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It does.
And I'm assuming the preacher in the would-be
Yeah.
preacher in the streets is going to be one of the exiles.
Absolutely. First one.
Okay. Yes, Sybil, I'm afraid some cops come.
They've got a really cool uniform.
What are your cops called?
Ooh.
Was it done by Hugo Boss? Whatever Hugo Boss was.
Like the Sulphur Brigade or something.
The
Yeah.
Sulphur Brigade
Ooh.
comes
Nice.
and they're throwing you out from the square. Do they take Giscard as well?
Giscard wants to go up anyway.
Okay, yeah.
But I think if one of them tries to touch him, he's gonna have.
You do look scary. So yeah, you're going up, and
Sybil is like
And Sybil
screaming.
is
As she's
being-
dragged away, she's screaming about like, enjoy your false heaven. It won't last. You're damned here. Yeah.
yeah, thrown out. There's now walls surrounding the town, and you're thrown out outside those walls. Giscard, as you arrive at the artist level, you're going back. We're sealing the exits.
Well, do it after I leave. There's nothing for me here.
But there's demons up there.
Yes, and maybe there are also answers. All I say is be wary of those two. They manipulate.
Yeah, you return to the surface. Sybil, what are your next moves after you've been thrown out?
Yeah, she's been circling around the hole and like has ripped her veil off and is just like furious. She also corrupted her name with that failure. So yeah, I think she's thinking if they can't have it the easy way, they have to have it the hard way. And I think she's going to take on the name Mother of Tears.
Pretty metal.
Yeah. I think she's pacing and praying and trying to work out what the next step is.
Let's check in with Rufina. How's it going with the town?
So Rufina doesn't really have a goal for this. She has the image of a goal. She gives the presence of knowing there's a plan. She's very good at doing that, but not really where this is all going. It's just governing for the sake of continued governing tomorrow, which it distracts the mind, really, but
How about Giscard then? As you return to the surface, most of the world now looks like Avignon. It's just dust everywhere. You see large group of demons building these black towers that stretch to the sky with, you presume, initial goal of actually touching the sky and forming some kind of assault that way.
I think with Giscard's apostate name and the gift of the name being that demons kind of have an affinity with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of tracks. I think Giskar's next thing, if he hasn't encountered any other pockets of humans like surviving, is to check out one of these towers then. So Giskar's reasoning that someone is coordinating the demons.
Yeah, there's definitely a few like
Yeah.
devils in charge.
So he's going to go and try and find and interrogate one of these devils, friendly at first, to find out. He wants to follow the chain, find the big man.
Okay, yeah, I think you definitely see this minotaur kind of guy with these massive horns, incredibly wide shoulders. He's literally like a walking triangle, big ring in his nose. He's got 6 hands because why not? And each hand has a whip, and he's just like whipping various demons into like, come on, scum, faster, faster.
I am the apostate.
All right,
I'm here.
congratulations.
What are you here doing?
What does it look like?
Yeah, you're building a tower. Why?
To break the sky and come and kill all the angels.
And who, under whose orders?
That would be Lucifer.
And where is Lucifer around? Where?
You've never heard of Lucifer?
No, where? Of
What's
course I have
wrong with
heard
you?
of course I have heard of Lucifer.
Oh, well, you've heard of pandemonium?
The concept.
Concept actually comes from the name of the palace that he had down in hell, but we put it up. So now where Rome used to be, now there's pandemonium, which is this big kind of like ziggurat structured type thing, and Lucifer's there. What are you, a man or a goat?
I do not know anymore. Well, I need answers.
What kind of answers? If you want to join this, because these guys can't build for shit. Look at faster, you dumbasses. If you could help, I need a good foreman to take care of the stonemasonry bit.
So you just offered me a job as a foreman. This guy's going to take it.
Okay.
Giskar's going to take it, and he's going to start like organizing some of the demons.
You mean like union?
Hell yeah.
Okay. For the union makes us strong.
Exactly. Like, is the whipping really necessary? You know.
Okay, so improving worker conditions.
Yeah.
Getting healthcare.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. I guess I see where this is going. But carry on.
So I think Giskar's longer term goal is going to be to get this unionized demon force. And like we've got the current leader who's the Minotaur guy, right? And then but he's only a small fry. We need to have representation with the bosses. So we're going to start making a pilgrimage to Rome, tower by tower, and build up our numbers of unionized demons along the way.
Well, give me some kind of role to see how well that's going.
We're going to use the name the apostate and have 2 of those. Or
Should have made the name Francis Sabotka.
exactly. Oh hell yeah! 2 6s and a 5 on the demon dice, on the black dice. So that's 7 successes.
Wow. Obviously, again, a resounding success.
Over time, my appearance is starting to change a bit more. There's a bit more hair growing on, and I'm starting to sprout some like distinctively leathery wings out the back as I come ever closer to Baphomet. The demons seem to dig it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
And we go from tower to tower.
Do you think the Minotaur was like a mini boss that you had to overcome? And by mini boss, I mean very much video game terms. Like, was he like a fight that you needed to win to prove to the guys that you're one of them? Or do you think you're friends now and he's joined you on this?
He's management, so I guess there was a union vote on whether we accept lower level management into the union. But I think generally lower level managers are allowed union membership. So we offered him, we pointed out that actually he is also a cog in the machine, and he is also being exploited by the elite owning class. So we've got him on side, and we're
Okay, so there's this red wave of demons
Yeah.
that is coming towards Rome. Beautiful. Sybil, what have you
So
been doing?
she has been trying to gather together any like earth-based survivors into a form of cult to try and generate enough prayer power to kind of overcome the static of the war of heaven and encourage heaven to use hell as a back door, because she's offered this portal as a back door for them to kind of have like a French resistance into the world. And as part of that, she's also offering herself up as like the next vessel for the next savior.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Roll something for that.
I'll do my, because I think it's going to like kind of be hinged on getting enough prayer power. So I'll use my bond.
Oh, a failure.
Only 2 successes.
Interesting. So what do you think goes wrong here?
I think something else is listening and convinces her that she's got contact with an emissary from heaven, but actually she's just kind of agreed to birth something from hell.
There has been an emissary with a mysterious air about him. He claims to be an angel coming
Mhm.
from the real heaven. You have seen a couple of times that he's got this tail and these wings. He is though really far. Like, have you seen that statue of Lucifer?
Yes. Twink Dreams, yes.
He's what?
I don't even like
he's-
twinks, but he's like fucking
He's
stacked.
not even. What are you talking? He's
Is he
not
not
a
a twink?
twink. He's pretty ripped.
Oh, well, yeah. He's a twunk.
The word twink means nothing anymore. He's not a twink. Timothy Chalamet is a twink.
okay, so
That
he's a twunk.
Satan is
He's a
fucking.
twunk.
He's a hunk.
Oh, yeah. No, he's got twink energy.
No, this is not a twink. Like I'm telling you, the word twink means nothing. This is not a twink. Why am I gay-splaining you this? Anyway, he's obviously hot as fuck.
Fanboys forever.
Yeah, so this beautiful fanboy, but I mean, surely it can't be Satan.
No.
But he shows up and he wants to make an alliance with you as the apparent religious leader. The pregnancy is going extremely fast. Your belly already is ballooned. Occasionally you see this red growling silhouette of a baby inside of you. But
What a cutie.
Exactly.
I'm knitting little clawed gloves and mittens and yeah.
So that baby is about to be born. As I want to cut back to Giscard for a second and just let him know that what's Minotaur's name, do you think?
Clive.
Clive comes,
I always knew that hell was Britain.
he's scratching himself, which is really easy to do when you have 6 hands. So interesting development. So the crew 36B,
Yeah.
they've actually finished the building, and they were about to report to Lucifer, but they got overly excited to actually test it out. I know they were overzealous, but they wanted to see what's up there. So one of them, he had a big hammer, and he started hitting the clouds. The thing, he went through all the writhing corpses, right, and got to and started hitting, and it's hard. So he started climbing, and he disappears, and all the crew's like, where did he go? And then he comes back, and he's like, you're not gonna believe this. I climbed into the hole, and then I climbed out from below in this place when there's like a new kingdom, and someone called Rufina is like the king. So I think it's a bit of a whatchamacallit.
So above is below, below is above.
Yeah. Now I'm like, is there even a heaven in the first place? Is it just us two?
Huh. What about the gate? Maybe you have to go through the gate.
They've been to the gate, and apparently it's not even a real gate. It's just painted on. Also, Lucifer, he's trying to sire the Antichrist or something, so he found some crazy bitch down below, upstairs. Shit, it is confusing.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It just twigs in Kiska. Like, I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
two crazy women. Which one was it?
It's yeah, what do you look like these days?
She's kind of shed so many tears that from like the eyelids down, you can kind of see bone, and the bone is faintly sort of pearlescent and glowing, but she hides it most of the time.
She's got bones, man. she's got fucking bones. That's nice.
No, he did not consult the union on this.
Well, no, because as we discussed, they're not actually acknowledging the existence or legality of the union. We'll keep fighting the good fight.
What's our membership percentage at the moment?
Like 87% or something?
I think we have the bargaining, collective
Oh,
bargaining
we
power.
absolutely. I
It's
just
time
mean,
to ballot for strike.
well, he is the most powerful of us. That is kind of a problem. So if he takes his sword out, he may slay like 1,000 instantly. So that's what he threatens that he's gonna do. If only there was some kind of hero in our ranks to like defeat him.
I mean, I have some powers, but I have not encountered him because he will not talk to me. Look, I think we all set up a picket. I think we need to hit him at the bottom line. I think we need to stop all construction on the towers. I think we need to picket the entrances to where the Antichrist is and just make sure that, if he wants, then...
Well, he keeps saying that like the Antichrist will unlock the gates of heaven.
Well...
But like there's no gates. So I think he's just like wants a baby. I don't know.
And if the Antichrist is unlocking the gates of heaven, he sounds like a worker, and maybe he can be part of the union.
Cut to Rufina. Your kingdom is flourishing, but there's been a weird cult growing. First far away, and now you hear that they're about to birth the Antichrist.
Christ, not the anti.
Sorry. Christ.
Well, I think again our only option is to incorporate that into our beliefs in whatever way we can hammer into position. Like obviously that is the sign, or one of the signs, that everything is going well and that our kingdom will return to the surface anytime soon.
There's also been reports of demons
Fantastic.
coming, but they're not coming from upstairs, they're coming from below.
Yeah, capture them. That's great. Love that.
You captured a few, and they claim that they speak to the union representative.
Well, tragic. We're torturing them and trying to find out what their weaknesses are.
Well, yeah, fair. Apparently, stabbing it works, cutting, slicing, arrows, spears. Kind of, I think you knew this for the most part, but it's good to have a confirmation.
It's good to have confirmation.
Yeah. So,
Poison gases.
Poison gas. Well, some specific poison gases.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Good.
So what's the plan?
Well, we've now got a list of things that work. Well, we're gonna like mass manufacture various weapons of war. We've got a good deal of sulfur down here. I'm sure that's good for some poisonous gases or something. I don't know how to make them. Like, not one of the things I've researched myself.
Isn't like sulfur gas how you make mustard gas?
Fab. There you go. Mustard gas.
There you go.
Mass production of mustard gas that we shall unleash on the world or something at some point soon.
Well, okay. So you're building up that army, Sybil.
I am in pregnant bliss. Currently living in a city of ash. And she's kind of convinced everyone that the child is coming, but she's also kind of basking in the adoration and like the care that they're all giving. And she's like being very benevolent and offering her own support and insisting that, this will save the world. And they're all the chosen people who have saved the world with her.
I'd like you to make a roll. Don't roll for birthing.
Okay.
This is not. But I just want to see how it goes.
Yeah.
But don't. I'm not making you roll to see how you push this baby out. That's.
Yeah. No.
I just want to see how
With grace and dignity.
Obviously, I just want to see, if things are going well or things are not going well.
Yeah. I'm gonna make it a viscera roll, even though it's only one dice, because it fits.
You were a stillborn baby. Mother didn't want you, but you were stillborn.
1 success.
Oofed.
You could always gift the dream it if like this is your actual dream
It kind of is her dream.
to give birth.
I think
to a
she's going
child.
to, actually, that's a very good point. I think, because like, I was actually thinking like, she's fulfilling her dream. She's going to be reunited with her son. She's going to have a child. So I will gift of the dream it.
Okay. So what's this baby look like?
Beautiful. Perfect.
I think this baby is growing up very fast.
Mm-hmm.
He has a whole following,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll see what happens there. But we'll just cut to a confrontation between the union representative and Lucifer at the Pandemonium, the palace. It's these giant, like super wide stairs, and at the very top, we have Lucifer, who's shining darkness. He has video game like female armor, like it's like there, it's just kind of there to look good. He's got abs, he's got triceps, he's got glutes. I think that's all the muscle words that I know. He's got them all, luscious hair, and he shouts out to you below and behind you a crowd of almost all the demons. But even though it's almost all of them, they're still afraid. He's a pretty powerful guy. Stop this, and I might forgive some of you. Return to your workstations. And you, Giska, I've heard of you. You are accused of 127 crimes against demonhood, including but not limited to, and there's like an imp behind him with a long scroll just reading out all your crimes. What do you say for yourself?
I say that our union. Wait, why am I? Why am I suddenly like JFK? I say that our union will not be cowed by threats from the management. We have 87% of
At this
demons.
point, it's 99.
Oh, we got
basically.
99% even in the latest polling. I will say that we object, firstly, to the use of child labor for the purposes of our corporate operations. Our international secretary led a vote, and we voted to abhor the practice of child labor in any of its forms. We also object to the material degradation in the working conditions and the pausing of the project, which has left many people without days of work when they were meant to have a guaranteed minimum
I will
number
save
of
you
days.
some time. I reject all of these proposals, and I propose instead for you to lose your head. Kneel before me.
I will say to you that no working member.
He comes closer, holding his sword, ready to strike. I have tolerated this for long enough. You sacrifice yourself, and I will let the rest of these demons go, or you all will face destruction. My wife can always bore more children if needed. Millions, if I say so. She is crazy.
I say you cannot cow us. And I say that you should kneel to the power of the people.
He jumps into the sky with his wings outstretched and then goes down on you in a sweep with his massive sword.
I was going to shout while he's up there
Yeah.
to kneel using the voice.
Okay. Make a roll. This will be a bit more. I mean, this is fucking Lucifer. So difficulty 5, I'll say.
Still not that difficult. Like,
Okay, fuck it. 6 is the
well,
most.
okay.
6 is the.
Don't listen to.
6 is as difficult as it gets, and I think, okay, fair enough. It is the Satan. So 6 is what you need to kill Satan.
I've always got the dream. I think I actually just nailed this roll, though.
Did
I mean,
you?
God damn. All right. We got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 successes.
Okay.
And 2 corruptions.
You did the impossible. Everyone in the massive crowd gathered at the steps of the Pandemonium see their leader. He fell down at your command. He fell into the stone steps, creating a giant hole there. He is lying, barely alive. He's at your mercy.
Kiska is going to beckon the committee.
You've done it, boss. You've done it. I believed in you. Amazing.
We have done it.
For the union makes us strong.
Do you know what would be really fun right now? So all these demons, I think Rufina's scouts have been observing them, slowly tending towards Rome, massing in strength and going, it's kind of a bit empty up above. Where are they going? And they follow and they follow. And they see a huge gathering of demons, like all the demons. Wouldn't it be fun to unleash all that mustard gas we've been making right now?
Make some kind of roll.
Yeah.
You're going to ruin my communist revolution.
Again, just so we're fair. I mean, I think we're trying to do big things here, yeah?
Changing
I
the world,
gave
yeah.
you 6 as a difficulty to defeat Lucifer. If you want to kill all the demons, and that's difficulty 6, and you can try that. If you want to, just kill some, I'm not sure if you're going for, a proper genocide. If
You're asking a very strange question. Am I going for a proper genocide? This is the entire underpinning of this government.
Okay, obviously.
The government is built upon genociding demons.
Okay. So, difficulty 6, and if you succeed, you apparently, Yiska, destroy all the demons.
So I am using my gift of the bonds, the vineyard. Rufina has always believed there's something worth returning to. She's had this image in her mind of the vineyard of her childhood. That's like, yes, this is what's good in life. You can always go back. This was destroyed, and that's very destroyed. This whole dust, but maybe there's something worth returning to on the surface. And that's her dream. Go for this. It went poorly. I do think I will use the power of the dream.
You really wanted to kill my union.
Big guns, eh? Big guns.
That will cost me 6 corruption.
Some expert union busting going on right here.
Yep.
Suddenly, there's this thing that no one saw coming. And to finish off our session for tonight, if you want to outro us, what the fuck does this look like?
I think this looks like a horrifying, cloud of gas coming with figures in it, masked up. You can't really tell, are they human, are they demon? They've got just glowing eyes almost against the gas as it just, with the wind, waves across this huge gathering of demons. And the armies of Earth wade in to kill anyone who doesn't choke to death on mustard gas.